And finally, we have a 49ers video, you guys. Welcome back to Not So Pro Football Talk. Today is a Niners video. As the title of the video, will Jimmy G and Deebo Samuel be a 49er next season? And I got the clear-cut answer for y'all. So if y'all cannot take it, if y'all are too sensitive, now's your time to walk out and just enjoy the show, okay?
Okay.
I know I am. It's going to be so much fun. I love talking about this. Jimmy G and Deebo, will they be a Niner? Yes and no. Right off the bat, Jimmy G is not going to be a Niner next year.
You said yes and no for Jimmy G, yes, and Deebo, no.
No.
That's what you just did.
No.
Yes.
No. Yes. Jimmy G, not going to be a Niner next year. Deebo
Okay.
Samuel, he's going to be a Niner. I preach this over and over again. Deebo Samuel does not have any leverage with the Niners. He does not. The Niners hold all the cards. If they want to keep him this year, they are. If they want to keep him next year, they are. And I'll tell you why. Deebo's on his last year of his rookie contract. Okay, so if he holds out, he's getting dock pay and he's not getting paid. These players do not have a choice anymore to get that money back. They cannot make that money back. So instead of making whatever his 14 mil because he wants to make 28 or whatnot, he's not going to be making anything. If anything, he's going to be paying money to the NFL because he doesn't want to play. So the smart thing for Deebo to do is to actually play, get paid, and be able to feed his family. So he has no leverage there. He will be playing. He is showing up to mini camp, to training camp, to all that good jazz. He's there for the Niners. He has a smile on that face. That's all I care about. Of course, as a fan, you want them to play there, right? You want them to want to be there. And I think Deebo wants that. I think this whole situation with him not requesting a trade is just a whole money call from that stupid agent that he has. You know, it's horrible. It might work with Terry McLaurin. It might work with AJ Brown. It's not working with Deebo. The Niners work differently. They're going to pay you when they want to pay you. It happened to Fred Warner, happened to George Kittle, and it's going to happen to Deebo Samuel. He will get paid, and he will be a Niner for a very long time. Looking forward to that. A very long time.
I don't know, man. You guys are like forcing him to play. He's already unhappy, and then you're just forcing his hand where you're going to take his money away if he doesn't play for them.
That's any player. That's any player in the NFL.
Hey, it doesn't. Yeah, it's any player in the NFL that doesn't make him feel good about it. I think that you guys are potentially just driving the wedge in even more to where there's no way where you're going to have to, if you want to keep him next year, you're going to have to franchise tag him, and he's still not going to want to sign. And then when you do that to that franchise tag him again, come on, dude, it's going to cost so much to franchise tag him like that.
I heard what you said, Vince. You said how, right? Is that what you said? How are we going to keep him for a long term? How every team holds on to a player. How this world goes round. Money makes the world go round, baby. So if the Niners go up to Deebo and say, "Hey, man, let's keep you for 8 years. Let's just say 8 years. Let's go stupid here. Let's go 8 years, and we're going to make you the highest paid wide receiver in the league." Because if they get rid of Jimmy G, they are able to do that. They can. Especially with the cap going up. Let's make you the highest paid wide receiver in the league. Let's keep you around for 8 years, which that's a horrible time for a wide receiver. Horrible time. You think he's going to say no to that?
I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Hit free agency. Every other team will pay you the exact same. And there will be a bidding war. You get even more.
Man. I don't think that he would accept something that's so long-term because the way the market changes right now, it's insane. I think this was the biggest margin from last year's revenue to this year's revenue. So just imagine how much more they're going to get within the next few years for the team to distribute. Wide receivers in 2 years may be getting paid $32 million per year, and maybe he wants that extra $5 million every year. So I would say maybe maximum he's going to sign a 3 to 4 year extension, because he wants to get paid again after that.
Right. And you guys are right. Okay. That's a smart way to looking at it. There's a lot of not so smart people in the NFL, because if Deebo Samuel was smart, he would not be requesting a trade this season. He would ball out again next year. Like he claims that he's going to be balling out, and then make even more money. If he gets the guaranteed money, or not guaranteed, if he gets a contract this year, by next year, like you said, Vince, that money's going to look like papitas, man. It's going to be nothing compared to what he could be making. But players, they want their money now. And what they really want is guaranteed money. Okay, so it could be a long contract. It could be a 6 to 8 year contract, but it's going to be exactly like Amari Cooper's. Where after the first 4 years, there's really not much going on in there. Okay, you get your guaranteed money out of the way, and there's no strings attached after that. You just have I'm keeping you. Look at Aaron Rodgers; he might be done next year, but you guys signed him for how long?
3 years.
For 3 years. I doubt he's going to be there for 3 years.
But that just shows the writing on the wall that he may not be a 49er for a long, long time. Once that guaranteed money is gone and he's getting paid chump change for his contract, he's going to want to have some of those years where he can leave the organization and go get paid again somewhere else. So unless y'all are going to extend him and add some more money that's, again, guaranteed, I don't think he'll stay, because just like you said, what runs this world is money, and people want a continuous influx of it. So yes, guaranteed money is good when you're young, but once you start getting a little rickety in the bones and your contract is only $4 million a year and you have to pay $2 million for your health just to keep up with these young guns, you want more money.
And I agree with you 100% there, Vince. Do I want Deebo Samuel long term? If it's friendly. It even came to a point this past offseason where I was okay with letting go of Deebo Samuel. I was just fine because I know how much money he's going to be asking for. Why not build for the future? We can't just be stuck up here in the past. I mean, look at all these teams. Look at the Rams. That's a perfect example. I mean, yes, they got Cooper Kupp, but I mean, they had to let go of Robert Woods. They had to let go of OBJ. Well, not necessarily let go, but they didn't re-sign him yet. But they keep on replacing, okay? You could let young players come in, thrive, and show themselves. But the title of the video is next season. And if they can show that money up front, saying, hey, here's a big contract, here's a lot of money, they could get him next season. I think he will be there. And I could guarantee that he will be there for the next 3 years at the very least.
You know what? I like your argument, because the only reason I like it is because that's exactly what's going to happen with DK.
You're still on the bubble, man. DK is still up and out. I'm more nervous.
He's in the exact same situation as Deebo. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He's not showing up. He's not showing up. He's not showing up.
No, and that's fine. He's gonna show up to training camp. Training camp is still a whiles away, and we hold the cards on him just like you guys hold the cards on Deebo.
Reed.
Hey, now you guys can't do it, man.
Oh, Reed. He's reaching, man.
That's no, sir.
Hey, but he's getting dog pay, and
hey,
the team sees
how about
that.
this? How about this crazy thing? DK will get paid before Deebo does.
And you're probably right. Like I said earlier, the Niners pay their players when they want to, and that is very late in right before the season. It's very late, and it scares me sometimes. It makes me nervous because as a fan, I'm like, let's secure these guys. Let's get these guys. Let's secure them. I'm nervous for next year because who's going to get paid next year? Nick Bosa. And he's going to be, I can promise you this. He will be, mark this down, clip this. He will be the highest paid non-quarterback in the league next year. Mark it down. It's going to happen. The highest paid non-quarterback in the league.
So he's going to get a bigger contract than Aaron Donald?
Yeah. By next year, yes. If he were to get his contract this year, no, won't happen. He'll be up there, one of the highest paid, but he won't be the highest paid. By next year, put it down, man. Write it down, clip this. I'm about to be famous. Jeez. But reverting to Jimmy G now. Jimmy G, I do not see him being in the Niners next season. Reports came out about what's today? The reports came out on Tuesday that Jimmy G is making good progress on his throwing arm. So by the time he's out there, which they're projecting him to throw in the next few weeks, so once he hits the field, I believe he's gone. Whether it be the Panthers, whether it be the Browns, whether it be the Seattle Seahawks, which I don't see that happening, but I think he's gone. And people are like, well, if Jimmy G really wants out of there, or the teams really want Jimmy G, they're just going to wait for the Niners to cut him, and they could pick up Jimmy G. I'm going to scratch that, okay? Because if Niners cut him, they're also cutting his contract. So if a team wants to go pick him up, What does Jimmy G want? A 1-year deal? I don't think so. No, he wants to be a vet QB, a franchise QB somewhere else. He's not going to sign for a 1-year deal. And if he does, he's going to be charged a lot more, or probably the same amount that he's charging the Niners this year.
Well, first of all, if he gets cut, he'll go on the waiver wire where they can pick up his current contract. And if nobody picks up, then he can get signed to a new contract.
But if the reason why teams are not picking him up right now or trading with the Niners right now, I don't see them picking him up in the waiver wire.
I don't know. I mean, with trading for him, you have to give the Niners something and then pick up his contract. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Reed here. The waiver wire isn't just a great place for fantasy. It's a great place for the real world and the real NFL organizations. Especially when something like this happens. Jimmy G, even though he is coming off an injured shoulder, or his throwing hand, sorry about that.
It was shoulder surgery.
Yeah, okay. I thought I was reaching again there, but yeah, shoulder.
Oh, you admitted it. You admitted that you're reaching. You said reaching again.
Hey, man, that's all it is right now. Everything's in smoke and mirrors. You got to reach for everything, just like everybody's reaching for their wide receivers until they get paid. But what I'm saying here is it would be really easy for a team like Carolina, like the Seahawks, like even maybe the Browns if Deshaun Watson can't play. I'm pretty sure they don't want to run with Brissett for an entire year. They can pick him up easily, paying him what are they paying him? 20 mil?
25.
Oh, I thought it was less. But still, that's a lot better than what some of the quarterbacks are getting paid right now. It's almost close to about 40 to 45 million. So you're cutting off a good 20 mil for a quarterback that can fit a system where you run the ball and pass it when you need to. So,
all right, I want to end this episode with this. If he gets cut and he goes into the waiver wire, first team that gets the chance to pick him up is going to be Jacksonville. They ain't going to do it. They want Trevor Lawrence. I don't think they're going to try to get Jimmy G. The next team are the Lions.
Oh,
wow!
Think of that.
Wow!
Getting rid of Jared Goff or sitting him on the bench and then having Jimmy G as the starting quarterback for the Lions. How does that team change? You know?
Wow!
That team changes a lot,
right?
That changes everything.
But here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Okay.
Who's gonna save his butt when that line fails? They don't have a solidified running back. I mean, they have Swift, but he can only do so much behind that line as well. So how do they save Jimmy G without him getting hurt or without him fumbling the season just like Jared Goff does every single year?
I felt like the Lions have someone great. They just got someone, didn't they?
I'm not too sure, but I mean, at the end of the day, he's an improvement off of Jared Goff. As you guys have to admit that 100%.
100%.
So I just think it'd be really, really interesting. I would love to see that happen. Even though I think the Lions stink, and I want them to stink.
I think it'll be great. Honestly, they have been working on their O-line. Last year, they did draft Penei Sewell. You know, that was one of the highest O-line prospects last year. And then for wide receivers, they have a Amon St. Brown, which is a great prospect. DJ Chark, which I'm very high on. And then they have a guy that's going to come back in the middle of the season, Jameson Williams, which should have been the number one wide receiver out of the draft this past year if it wasn't for injury. That's a very friendly situation there for Jimmy G. Tight end TJ Hawkinson, running backs DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams. I'm getting excited. I'm getting a little too excited here, so I don't want to carry on. But if that does happen, that'll be awesome. Jeez,
I think that would change the Lions organization entirely.
Yep,
they would be competing for second.
The world will make sense. The world will make sense. Jared Goff will be out of the league. Okay, that's a little too far there, Vince. All right, we're ending the video here. Thank you guys so much. If you want to see more team content, let us know. Until next time, keep on grinding.